What has happened is with paints as an industry, with any industry, at some point it goes from being a specialty to a commodity. आप कुछ भी देख लो, like you look at anything. If you go back in time, you look at one point there was only one company in the world which made calculators, right? Today that industry is dead. Same thing with cameras. It happens with everything. We had written a very interesting report very long time back when Talwalkar was listed about how Talwalkar brought this thing where everyone wanted to go to a gym and they would pay a significant premium. But suddenly now you had gyms coming up everywhere, and now everyone has a complex gym, right? So that industry is dead. Coming into paints, we had recently written a note on how paints as an industry has gone from being a duopoly to a dogfight. Like, we love that phrase. अब इसमें हो क्या रहा है इस आप देखोगे ना, तो स्टार्टिंग में एशियन पेंट्स एंड बर्जर हैड देयर, इट वाज काइंड ऑफ cartelized. I mean, it was almost a cartel. They had the distributors, they knew exactly which paint will go to which point. And like, if you were a little well off, you would have decorative Asian paints घर के अंदर. If you wanted to do painting a factory, you would use Berger paint. So all that was well detailed, right? Now what's happened is, with more disposable income, people want more innovation in paints. With companies, as they grow bigger, they get a little complacent. And now what's happening is, now with Grasim coming in, with Adani coming in, and understand that Asian paints has become really huge. So for them to grow at even 10-15% will become a task. But a Grasim will remain like Birla Opus. These will be extremely agile. Okay. Paints has been a very high margin business. All the new players, like look at Asian Paints, this is their only business stream. Even Berger, they are doing the only one business. Grasim, Adani have multiple other businesses. They have very deep pockets. They will not mind totally destroying the margins and hand over even better incentives to distributors. Like, Asian Paints' entire story was they were so well connected with the distributors that these distributors would not sell anybody else's paints. So people would not get into them. Now again, if you notice that, so distributor as a space is also dying, because the distributor who started that small kirana store kind of a setup, his children will not come back into that business. Okay. So this is probably the last generation. I think my children will not see these small shops for these things. Like, hardware store as a concept is dying. Right. Now, as all this will happen, these businesses will become even bigger from the company's aspect. और होगा क्या ना कि आप देखोगे एशियन पेंट्स की अर्निंग्स नहीं घटेगी, उसका पी घटने लग जाएगा. Asian Paints and Berger have had 60-70, like 70 का P has been average for these companies. 70-80 P has been average because you had no other way to get into the business. अगर आपको paints में exposure चाहिए तो ये दोनों के अलावा और option नहीं है. अभी क्या होगा कि this will come down to 30, 25, 30, which is the average PE. Like, the world's largest paints company has a 30x PE. So all this will happen. Asian Paints आप देखना, company खराब नहीं होगी, but its valuation will change.